And Bristleback, of course, if he has like a physical damage build, but physical damage against TB not great. So I don't know. I'm scared. If this game goes late, TB might just shine.
Okay, let's see if it's gonna be okay. Translate for me quickly, quickly. What's Panda saying?
This hero is for you. But who is he talking to? Oh, he's tipping Whisper.
Ah, much love right there. Yeah, we have, of course, Whisper on the Bristleback. Looking at this game, do you prefer a Bristleback? He does have the Snot Rocket Facet. Do you prefer him to go for the Ags build, or do you prefer more of the like Guardian Greaves pipe stuff?
Even the Crimson Guard is not bad. So maybe getting auras here so you can tank it up on Timber and Bristleback, and you allow Timber to just go full damage. Might be good here.
Okay. I can very much understand that. It's also not really a game where they want to build a nullifier on the Dire heroes. There's definitely going to be some Yuleses. I would assume Timber's going to get a Yules against Kunkka. And, I mean, Dire's side, that's also a little bit worrisome. They don't have any Yules heroes and they're up against Ursa. Normally, you just want to get, like, 2 heroes. Kunkka these days doesn't really build the Yules. Darkseer neither. So you won't have a way to keep Ursa out of the fight at all, as their lockdown is, I guess, Torrent is your best tool.
And maybe
later, of course,
Ganek
the shard.
can get one. For him, it's not bad.
Yeah, a good distraction hero. Yules is going to be double value this game, obviously against Timbersaw, but against Ursa, but also Timbersaw when he gets Ags. And hell, if Bristle goes for the Ags himself, then you're going to need to just be able to stay alive the moment he pops it.
Yeah. Bad thing for Heroic is that this is not a great Lotus game. You might just buy it on Timber just because of the Sunder, but there's no much value other than that.
Until you get very late and people get like hexes, but very likely not going to be the case. Do agree it's a pretty bad one. It's like, yeah, Kunkka's X marks the spot gets reflected. Nobody cares. You'd rather get a Lincoln's than a Lotus at that stage.
Yeah, first wave, Kunkka dominating. A lot of damage on Analog already.
It is interesting, of course, because Timbersaw is a hero that normally destroys melee strength heroes specifically. But the first couple of levels are slightly rough, as Kunkka is ridiculously strong. He even got the Tidebringer buff recently, and that is hard to deal with. Hell, even Queen of Pains are really struggling against Kunkka. And normally that was the counter pick.
Yeah, you need a couple levels on Timber. Maybe on level 3 he gets one more point on the passive just to tank it up. But Kunkka is doing the right thing. You just bring Timber so low so his passive is never going to be an issue for him. Timber is not going to be able to be just aggressive tanking the creeps if he's low.
And Yuma's having a pretty good time bottom lane. I don't really... unless he makes a mistake, he can get caught out. Because KJ... Like, Crystal Maiden can't help that much. If they go on you. Like, he can use a Frostbite, and that's hopefully it.
Sometimes Frostbite is enough. But if there are 2 heroes with the carapace, you can only freeze one. And this low, of course, is never going to be enough against Surge. Well, he went 2 on the first spell, which is, I guess it's standard. You don't really want to max out your passive anymore.
And Timber Chain in the laning stage isn't really going to do anything, as there are no trees.
Oh,
barely any
Ganek.
trees. Yeah, Ganek going for KJ, but he is stuck, and now that looks to be first blood secured for Yuma. You can get a little bit of extra gold from the cogs. And that is not what you want to have happen, because that's also the Lotus going to the Crystal Maiden. Adrian getting bullied all the way back.
Dream game for the Ursa.
Yeah, gonna, of course, try and get that Battle Fury fast. And if they can make some stacks happen, Hoodwink is pretty good at it. They should be able to catch up fast with the jungle farm. Oh, top.
Some pressure.
Getting chased, but yeah, the magic stick is gonna get just fully stacked up because of it.
Yeah, when you know it's on max charges, you might just spam spells anyways. I'm looking for the CM rotation to the top lane.
The problem is still, yeah, you have a bigger advantage in the bottom lane because Ursa can just like Earth Shock semi over the cogs and such. But it's still a little bit scary if you get caught and the jump doesn't work that well. Plus, you don't necessarily know if the Darkseer is going to level Vacuum, for instance, for the surprise catch. So Crystal Maiden can't willy-nilly just leave the lane most of the time.
Yeah,
Top
it's kind of hard.
Completely different story, though, because Terrorblade, like, Bristleback shouldn't die. Analog, X-marked.
Oh.
Nah, he's gonna be just fine. He has a bottle as well. And just easily heal up. Needs a couple of creeps. At least the next rune. Be able to get that refill. As Kunkkas don't go for any bottles anymore. Bottom lane, pretty hefty chase coming in. Adrian gonna stay just fine. Yuma's actually chasing for blood. Has the phase boots, but Adrian still has surge.
One more. Oh,
Too far. Oh, Yuma's going in. He has phase boots available again.
Psychopath.
Adrian with the block. Nice job there. Tree keeps him alive.
ooh, close.
Manlog versus Wonder Kid in mid. Wonder Kid has no mana. All he can do is whip, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. He actually is level 6 now on the Kunkka, so those rotations can be very deadly on the side, as they have no way out of it either. There's no save mechanic on the Radiant side for any time soon.
And Clockwork is already in the area. CM went top, but Analog is in danger.
Oh, they're TPing towards mid with KJ going in. Joining in is Matthew as well. Bushwhack connection. They did combo their spells a little bit incorrectly, but Wonder Kid is still stuck in position. Kill gets secured. And Analog gets it. It will be the Arcane Rune on the other side, scooped up by Genic. But yeah, they do manage to get that kill on to Wonder Kid.
Yeah, that was a heads-up TP from CM.
They have very gankable supports, right? With the Hoodwink, Crystal Maiden. On the other side, obviously Clockwork's great, but he's so slow.
One more.
And Adrian just doloed by Yuma. This Ursa's getting too much out of the lane.
I wonder if Clock could just use cogs and then just kick one of the cogs to prevent Ursa from getting on the top of Darkseer, instead of trying to block with the cogs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Probably, but you know, those are some of the things that hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Right, like I should have done the, and then most of the time it's like 1 a.m. in the morning and you're lying in bed and then you're thinking, why didn't I do that? Damn it.
Easier said than done, right? We are just sitting here, drinking some water, watching games.
Yeah, I
Not feeling pressured at all.
I don't have that skill to even comprehend doing some of those moves. But then again, I also don't really like playing Clockwork that much. Oh, top lane. Whisper going in onto Panda. Bushwhack is not going to connect. The Whisper is stuck inside the cogs. He's trying to get the damage out, but because he, of course, has the Snot Rocket facet, the damage output is significantly less. Matthew Hoodwink's going to be chased down. And
Oh!
can he get away? Janik finishes him off with a blood grenade.
Humiliating.
this is also a very big difference. We saw Illich, of course, yesterday play the offlane bristleback. Well, one game was quote-unquote offlane bristleback. He went for the other facet because it's just so good. Like, obviously, Snot Rocket's amazing and such, but Quill Spray, if he had the Quill Spray facet there, they would be dead. That would just be a full wipe because they just take 17 quills in a row.
We saw that happening with Ursa. Ursa trying to hit Bristleback.
Yeah, Bristle is such a scary hero. Like, now if you get 6 stacks of the Snot Rocket against you and you're held in place, it's not scary for those last couple of hits to finish him off. As nothing really is going to happen. Oh, Jenik, bottom. Can they get the catch? He cuts the tree. Jenik dropping low, and actually he doesn't. Analog cut the tree by accident there with the chakram, so there was no bushwhack connection.
It's kind of hard to calculate this.
I mean, that's something that definitely needs to be communicated, though. How you do that if you have these two heroes playing together. It's not the first time that you have a Hoodwink and a Timbersaw in the same game, or a Timbersaw and Nature's Prophet's another one. Actually, Timbersaw and Nature's Prophet's always fun, because then you sprout someone and he just blinks with the Wording Death, and then someone gets blown up.
Yeah.
He's actually going Rod of Atos on Timber first item. It's at least a little bit more control for their team.
Dire are scanning.
Is part of the plan getting Gleipnir later on?
I would assume so. Bigger AoE sounds pretty nice for Timbersaw. I do like the Blink Dagger build on Timbersaw as well, though, just so that you can get that insta burst on a hero like Warlock or Clockwork, so that they can't play the game.
That's when Whisper is playing the Chamber.
Yeah, but now Whisper's not even playing Greedy Bristle. He's going Blade Mill first. Connection onto Matthew. Tier 1 tower mid is going to get taken down with the Metamorphosis usage from Dodd. Who's immediately looking... Actually, he is going for the Orb of Corrosion after his Dragonlance.
You don't want to miss the timing on Dragonlance to rotate mid when your support has 6. It's such a scary setup. Golem, TB with meta.
Yeah, but it's still interesting to see that he's going over Corrosion. Oh, on the side, Clockwork hook shot in, but Jenik is dead. There you are. Yeah, they gotta get out of there quickly. Ursa is enraged on cooldown as well, so he can't really fight. There's no meta from Dodd, but KJ is gonna get taken down. Matthew not able to help at all. Whisper takes TP towards bottom as well. Adrian's very low. Vacuum back. Yuma still trying to disengage. They know he doesn't have a way out. Tries to jump with the Urshock. There's the Timbersaw from Analog, but they're not taking anywhere near enough damage. And they even have to be careful of any Sunder plays.
Tried to be sneaky on Ursa, sniping the Darks here. But they had everything on Compromiso. Oh, they want to go on the TB. CM's connecting.
Yeah, this would be a nice kill if they can secure it. The problem is well, Hoodwink is there. He needs to time it correctly so that there's no Sunder possibility.
They have Golem.
Golem in response, a little bit too late to the party, as Panda needs to be careful. Actually, one of the kids going in as well. Analog is still in the area. Whisper's just spamming away. But there's... I mean, with the TB dead and no meta, and there's no Ghost Ship, I'm a little bit interested in why they're just running away on everyone. Especially this big-ass Timbersaw.
Not really sure, but maybe he just doesn't want to risk anything.
I mean, now that risk cost him his Bristleback. No, Yuma does have Battle Fury, very good timing, and a nice triple Ancient stack to boot.
Yeah, that was a really good TB kill, because They just lost mid tower and bottom tower and Ursa at the bottom lane, so you really need to offset that somehow.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Unlock the nice tower bottom lane. He has the Rod of Ages going for the Kaya next. I doubt that this is going to be a Meteor Timbersaw game. We saw the... what's that? Or did we see a Tinker yesterday? No. Did someone go Meteor Hammer? I can't remember.
I think I saw a Meteor Hammer. Who was it though?
Yeah, I'm trying to think it is of it as well. I can't remember who got the Meteor Hammer.
Still trying. It was not Phoenix.
Regardless, I don't think that we're going to see it this game unless they really need to get some push power in. Looking at objectives, obviously when you have Ursa, Tormentor, Roche, very big objectives to get. Dire side, significantly slower to clear, but definitely possibilities as well on their part. So yeah, Heroic, I think their bigger goal would be try and get exactly Tormentor, Roche in their favor. They have a lot of Mind's Armor with the Bristleback, with the Hoodwink, and then obviously with the Furious Web from Ursa, stuff dies quick. The only thing that they definitely do struggle with on the Radiant side is tower damage, so big objectives as, Bristleback. None of them really hit buildings that well.
Yeah, you can get the shard on the Timbersaw, but this is not a really good solution.
Let's see, only downside of it. Bristleback, of course, if he had the other facet, you could technically use the... I mean, Warpath still does a lot of damage with right clicks, regardless. But Wonder Kid's got his own Blade Mill, so at this point, Bristleback and Timbersaw need to be very careful with the return damage that they'll do, which is a lot. And hopefully the issues are resolved so we can just continuously watch everything.
Good thing for TeamCompromiso here is that they have this clockwork that can always be scouting the Roche pit. And their team fight around the Roche area is really good. Heroic really needs a good team fight and really needs to get like kill 2 to 3 heroes before going Roche, unless they are really strong. OTB popped meta.
Yeah, there's Yuma nearby, though nice observer ward placement there. They are gonna go and try and defend the tier 1 tower. Bushwhack, that's the only stun that they have onto Dodd. He can just sunder immediately onto Analog. Ghost Ship's gonna fly in, he's stuck inside the cogs, and they lose too. Dodd gets a double kill. Fatal Bond's also doing tons of work in the meantime, as Whisper doesn't get X-Mark comboed. But they're full HP still with that... I mean, they don't even have a Guardian Greaves or anything. Just no damage happened.
And they can't really frontline with anyone on Heroic side. They need to keep tanking it up with the Bristleback. Probably wait for the pipe. And then they can go for a play like this. Because Timbersaw is not like threatening anyone.
Yeah, they really do not fear the Timber. Same with the Bristle. I mean, the Snot Rocket's nice, but if the Ursak doesn't have Blink, which he still... Or BK... I think Blink and BKB is kind of needed. Yeah. There's no damage coming out, because the Snot Rocket only works if you have someone actually hitting people. Bottom. Tormentor's up. Getting the viscous nasal goo stacks going. And that should be able to get a quick shard. Who's going to get the lucky shard? It is Matthew, so you get the Hunter's Boomerang. I mean, incoming
needed.
spell damage is nice with the Timber Saw and a Bristleback on your side.
I'm afraid they might be looking for a Roche play on TeamCompromiso soon, knowing that Heroic can't really team fight against them.
This is my shout.
Yeah, the game is still very even though, with currently Ursa top net worth. And if this goes into later portions, Ursa is one of the strongest here. I mean, obviously TB is very scary, but if you get to a point with Ursa, you know, BKB, Aghanim Scepter, Shard, the other heroes on the die do nothing to him, and even Terrorblade has a very big problem trying to kill him. Because most of the time he's going to have Enrage up. And that's what, 80% damage reduction? Yeah. The only great thing that they really have is that Torrent. And later on Wonderkid as well, the Shard. Like, all the repositioning shenanigans.
Radiant's top tower is
Oh, Yuma. He gets a jump onto Panda. Is going to get a quick kill. Even pings out that there's an high ground ward because he saw that Panda turned into a little piggy before Ursa even got anywhere close.
Yeah, Yuma knew about this ward because of the last fight. Last fight he saw a Panda placing this ward, and that's why the fight got weird, because KJ was trying to do ward before the fight starts, but Analog just went in. So they were a little bit disconnected because of that.
Analog currently struggling a little bit behind in terms of net worth, a little bit behind Adrian, who, of course, after the Heavens Halbert and Mech is going to build up Guardian Greaves and then a bunch of extra tools. They do have a very decent Lotus Orb possibility later. Not right now, of course, against Crystal Maiden, but Ursa is going to get Abyssal Blade at one point. I would assume Hoodwink's going to get a Scythe. Because they need lockdown. They need ways to control this TB.
They need this mix of stuns and damage. Okay, so Ursa finishing BKB. Still 1.5k gold to have it.
Oh, shot in onto Analog. Timbersaw. He misses the chain. At least Matthew gets a kill in response. So that's a big plus, but that was a very sad chain.
Yeah. He can't even tank the right clicks from TB at this point on Timber. Low armor, 6 armor only.
And yeah, I mean they're keeping the game close. That's the best you can do at this stage.
Ursa is strong. Level 15. Finishing BKB.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They might just have to fight once Ursa has BKB. Can try to wait for the BKB on Bristol too. Oh, they're rushing.
Yeah, they're trying to take it. Crystal Maiden all to use as well, but there's Wonderkid walking in. As, of course, Ghost Ship has BKB. Roche is half HP. They rocket flare it, but Wonderkid's alone. Golem gets dropped on Whisper on the back line. Wonderkid's going to be able to walk away. But, yeah, there's no more Golem drop for a potential fight. They're going in for Whisper. Everyone's here but the Kunkka and Whisper's entire team, as he is going to get bounced around like a ping pong ball. And yeah, they got them 6 Viscous Nasal Goo stacks, but there's nothing. There's no one there to help with that kill.
Okay, Kunkka doesn't have anything to fight now.
They do find Adrian. So an offlaner for an offlaner trade. Ursa did pop the Enrage, walks it out. As the BKB in 40 seconds.
They need to stay around, maybe. Bristleback is about to respawn. Ursa's BKB is coming on the courier. Problem is this clockwork. But there's no golem, so... Do they have a smoke?
Dire's middle
CM has
tower
one.
has fallen.
Yeah, they definitely want to try and clear it quickly, and Whisper is able to soon enough join the fun. They are in the pit. There is, of course, still a hook shot available for Genix. Spots out that they're in the pit. They're trying to block any hook shot attempts as they know where Genix is playing from. Yeah, they're just going to hunt after him, but in the meantime, in the pit, Xmarg lift up. He does have the Aegis already. Nice two-man bushwhack comes out. Yuma blinks onto the high ground, goes for the Warlock, takes him down, looks for one to get. There's a BKB on the Kunkka available. Yuma has the Aegis, has a BKB, did pop the Enrage, Analog X marked. He's really gonna need... Oh, nice force staff. But afterwards just dies to the last little ticks. Kennick is still being chased by Whisper in a very strange 1v1 battle. All the way on the other side of the planet. Jumping from the side, Yuma finally joins in the fun. And there's going to be the control onto the Darkseid. Adrian gets blown up. Metamorphosis is half duration. And, I mean, they're going to stop any more of the engagements, but a very big victory there for Heroic.
They got enough. Like, they lost their Timber, okay, but this is just the price you pay. Ursa is really strong now with the Aegis and BKB. TB just used meta, so 1 minute without TB action. Just split push. They can try to collapse on the top side. Try to play some deep wards. Even try to fight on this ward they have on the TeamCompromiso jungle.
This Ursa from Yuma is really the leading factor in this game, as I've just randomly seen Analog and Whisper play 1v1 battles on the other side of the map while the entire rest of the team is together. So they're really going to be very dependent on Yuma doing all the heavy lifting this game.
This is your last pick doing... Your first pick doing work. You gotta be proud.
Top tier safe laner right there. You're just happy that this patch Meepo sucks. Because otherwise... Every team would be terrified of playing against Yuma.
BKB on Whisper. Now he's gonna start gaming. 0-3 for Whisper. Very unusual.
Analog is also closing in on the BKB. Both really need it as they're getting kind of owned by this Kunkka. Speaking of Kunkka, Wonderkid is next item is Shadowblade, so looking to get that Silver Edge this game to get a break against Bristle. Oh, snipe onto Genic. Yuma chasing in after Panda. Panda does have a force staff. He's trying to bait Yuma in as much as possible, but Panda is still gonna get hunted down in the Dire base. KJ loses his life. There's another Metamorphosis usage here as Yuma's gonna aggressively jump onto Dad. Surge used. Disarm was attempted, but Yuma still has the Enrage. Get the control onto Adrian. There's no Surge in response. Bushwhack to keep Dad away from taking down Yuma. In comes Whisper from the side. Dad still has a Sunder, but the BKB usage is there, and the bash from Yuma just annihilates the TB.
Who needs to stun? Yeah, man, TB getting baited in these fights. He was having such a good game, but this death might just cost a lot for them.
That is definitely pretty painful. Yuma, they're going to go in on him, but he still has the Aegis available. Caught inside the cogs. He's trying to run away. The Enrage is just soaking up so much damage. Genic, sharpshooter.
Yuma!
I mean... Doesn't really care if that Aegis drops down, though he's going to lose his first life thanks to the Fatal Wands.
Okay, they got the tower kill.
Oh, Matthew, Force Staff just to the low ground, but it's going to get X marked. Tries to bushwhack himself to safety. The CM as well, trying to keep his buddy alive, but they will lose one. CM's going to stay alive on the side while the backline gets jumped. Yuma and Analog find Adrian going for Wonder Kid next. Yuma pops the BKB hook shot in on an ancient creep, so doesn't really hit the mark there. And with the Ghost Ship and the Terrorblade chasing in, who's got
dead.
the Metamorphosis available again. They finally take down Yuma. Meta comes out. Analog needs to be careful. On the other side, Whisper as well. Like, just run. You have no damage with the Ursa gone.
Yeah, Timber is very low mana. He still has BKB, so he's considering.
Oh, Whisper going in. But, I mean, there's no damage from the Timbersaw.
Dire's bottom tower.
And even the Bristleback needs to get a couple of hits in to take someone down. KJ is there as well. I don't really understand when the Ursa's dead, you want to continue the fight. Oh, Whisper. Ouch.
They don't want to lose the Ursa for free. That's what it feels like.
And Log jumps towards Wonder Kid. Do they have the damage to take him down? A couple more right clicks. The BKB.
Oh, close.
No, not. At least doesn't get dragged back. But yeah, I mean, there's just no damage without Ursa.
Dire's middle tower.
Look how
The
much
Bristleback-
gold TB got from this fight. Oh, it's vanished, but it's 1.3k gold from this fight. So TB is going, I mean, Ursa is going MKB. Not Brooch.
Okay, not Ags either, but MKB. I mean, Terrorblade is close to the Butterfly.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, they saw Heroic coming. They had a good ward.
Tormentor is up,
Dire are scanning.
and I guess they're looking for a fight. Analog wants to take the gateway. Dire knows that Analog wants to take the gateway. Ooh, this is a bit of a ring around the rosy situation. Take the experience shrine. Nice one there for Yuma.
The angle gonna come is unexpected.
Wonder Kid, smoke gets broken just in time. Wonder Kid gets spotted out. Whisper has a Ghost Scepter, by the way, on the Bristleback just to stay alive. Analog goes in. He's going to get Warlock Golem drop. Can he get himself out of there with the BKB? Doesn't get taken down, so no kills yet, but a lot of damage dealt to the heroic heroes. Analog just needs to try and disengage here. They want to kite out this Metamorphosis.
Who got
X-Mark,
X?
KJ, he does have a Force Staff. Force Staff's the wrong direction, goes back in, then jumps onto Wonder Kid, loses his life. Whisper's got that big viscous nasal goo on everyone, slowed down. And Dad's just getting kited. They get a kill, 2 kills, jump back out. 2 cores are dead, it's only Dad. Whisper walks into the Terrorblade.
Yuma wants to go in. Look, he's pinging TB.
Yeah, they want to get the kill. The Bushwhack connects, and it's enough damage. Yuma knows there's nothing left with the 2 supports just walking about. Panda's gonna get chased. And they find Genek, finish it up with the Panda kill, and that is a full team wipe coming out. Could have been a little bit cleaner as Whisper just walked in to die. But for the most part, Yuma's just doing so much work this game. The constant jump in,
Is under attack.
3 hits, gets a kill, jumps back out.
I'm not sure how Heroic's freely disengaging on these fights, because they have 2 BKB piercing abilities. They might just have used both of them to secure 1 kill on a core with BKB. Like, Timber should die in their engagement. He popped BKB and just ran away.
Dire's
You might just need to use like Golem and the hook shot on the Timber to secure the kill, even though he pops BKB.
Yeah, this Timbersaw is starting to become very important in just being able to stay alive. I do like the Whisper's pick of the Ghost Scepter though, as Nullifier is really not an item that the Dire team ever buys.
Yeah, it's all about kiting for them now.
It's weird that a bristleback goes for a Ghost Scepter, but it's like his entire goal is getting hit, so everyone gets hit by the viscous nasal goo, but the snot rocket shenanigans. But okay,
He's 1-5. He's feeling bullied.
he is bullied. Oh, jump in, Panda! Is sniped down by Matthew, is of course on a killing spree on that Hoodwink. So many great pushbacks this game. They spot out Dad, has the meta available on the side. Genek hookshotted into the creeps, is going to be a sitting duck, taken down once more. They're still chasing after Dad.
He's gonna be forced to fight, but no buybacks on the supports. Does he have a TP? He has TP.
Adrian just running past. Can Dad get himself out of there? Has a Hurricane Pike. But Analog, the chase is far. They don't guess it correctly, and Dad gets the TP back to base.
That was scary. If he dies there, it's free Roche for Radiant.
Towards mid. Whisper. Is Whisper going Nullifier, or is he going to go Radiance?
As long as it's not
right?
Rapier, I'm good with it.
Nah, please go Rapier. Just make it fun. And then you use Ghost Scepter so you can't hit anyone. Nice. I guess that's the goal here. You get probably... I mean, I don't actually know, because it's a really good Nullifier game, and they kind of need it. Against the Surge, against the Ghost Scepter, Force Staff on both the supports.
They could just go Radiance, maybe.
Yeah, but I feel like Nullifier is what all the cool kids get. But Radiance also makes a lot of sense. All you want to do in the team fights is run around in circles anyway.
They pop Ghost Scepter and Radiance. You burn them to death. So he went Nullifier. Boring.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ursa, Vyuma is... What, is he going just straight up? No, the Abyssal Blade obviously is closing in, spots out Adrian. The Surge was already used by Adrian, vacuums him back on the side. Warlock Golem onto Analog, is going to go for the TP away, but hook shot connection. The Timbersaw in a lot of trouble. The Timbersaw is very dead. Gem is also dropped. I mean, they're not that tanky.
I'm not sure what happened in there, but you should always hook shot Timber when he pops BKB. He just dies.
Yeah, and now that's going to delay the usage of the Aegis for a little bit longer. Whisper does have the Nullifier now, so at least they have a way to kill off the supports quickly. Hell, Matthew even has an E-Blade.
He's getting some kills.
Charge. He's the same net worth almost as Adrian. Matthew's been playing so much better after the first day. I mean,
Yeah,
he is a
first day
really
was-
good player, but you know, with Schofield, they looked like the best team in the region. Then now they played with Matthew, so you know people gave him flack for his team making it to the finals, and him not. For the upper bracket finals, but you know he recouped himself pretty heavily, and Matthew's always been a superb +4. I mean,
Yeah,
with Schofield probably considered top 3 +4s in the region.
I agree. And regardless of what happens, it's not on Matthew.
Oh no, he's just a sub. He's helping them out, 100%.
And he's playing really well. So he's doing his job.
Wonder Kid walking up. Matthew. There is a sentry. As Matthew knows, Wonder Kid is sneaky beakying, but Matthew's fast in the trees. Wonder Kid's still chasing.
Fire are scanning.
Well, on the left side of the map, Genek versus
It found
Analog happens. Matthew, E-Blade, Wonder Kid going for the TP away, but Yuma just too slow to get that Abyssal Blade. Actually, there was no sentry, so wouldn't have been able to get the catch. However, Tormentor is a juicy one. Free shard, so they have tower push with the Flamethrower now on the Timbersaw.
I love this ability. The move slow, really good.
Jason, oh, E-Blade on TB. He's taking quite a lot of damage. Still has the Sunder available, but the BKBs are about to end. Can they get any good catches? Hook shot away. Panda is just trying to get out there. Abyssal Blade plus the Nullifier means there's no escape. They still have the Aegis for another minute and a half. And they didn't really lose anything except for the Warlock, but no big spells or tools used.
Yeah, they got their TB to escape, so that's all that matters.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So yeah,
Oh, KJ got cliffed. Luckily enough, Force Staff is there, but the
Meta
damage
used.
coming out. Yeah, Dad does get a kill onto KJ. Analog in the area as well. There are no BKBs on the Radiant side, so if Dad gets low, he can go for the Sun to play. Analog is taking some heavy damage. Ghost Ship connects, hook shot in as well. They get bushwhacked together, and Whisper trying to pump out the damage. Jump on the high ground onto Dad. Terrorblade gets the Sunder onto Yuma. Yuma's dropping low. He does get X marked back. Torrent's lifted up, but the Force Staff keeps him alive. Has the BKB in 1 second. And their vacuum comes as a response. Yuma's going to lose his first life, but of course he's got the
Warlock's
big
around.
woolly bear for round number 2. Wonder Kid tries to get the Torrent onto Yuma connected, but the BKB usage means Wonder Kid's in trouble. Oh, the damage coming out from Dad. Surge comes out as well. They lose Yuma. Analog is going to be chased. Luckily enough, does not have a Terrorblade with Metamorphosis chasing after him, but what a fight. And Yuma dying means the fight is very over.
they went a little bit too crazy on this fight. It started with a CM trying to do ward, and TB popped meta. Okay, you really want to punish when he does that, but they had no vision on the area. It was really disorganized. I don't know. Picking this fight is just weird.
Yeah, normally when you see meta on the other side for killing a Crystal Maiden, you're like, okay, I'll walk back 3 steps and wait until meta's over and then go back in to kill him. Now it was Dad thinking, Yuma thinking, I can kill him on the enemy's high ground. Yes, we have an Abyssal Blade and a Bushwhack as our only 2 tools of CC against Sunder. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Especially
Even went on Konka.
Darkseid's got Halberd, Lotus, Guardian Greaves. They've got multiple Force Staffs. The Boots of Bearing as well, in case you need to get out. They're keeping TB alive.
I think they might need 1 extra nullifier on heroic side. Maybe it's on Yuma. Maybe he should buy it.
Yeah, the problem is what do you get rid of? I guess if you get Swift Blink, you can remove the Phase Boots, get a Nullifier, get an equipped Ags, and then I guess swap the Battle Fury for something else at one point. Refresher is always a nice one. But he still has plenty of choices. Obviously, like, which route do you go first? Is the Nullifier really the thing you need at this stage? Or would you rather get the Ags?
This is always nice for you to just being able to keep fighting, but they might be lacking, not damage, but they're getting kited.
Yeah, which is kind of understandable, but also strange.
There's 3-4 staffs on TeamCompromiso, 1 Pike on TB, and supports each one have 1.
There's a Nullifier on the Bristle, but I didn't really see that Nullifier.
They tried to
coming in.
use on Konka, but Konka is really tanky.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dad? Oh my god, that damage! He's almost dead. Gets the Sun.
Now it's time to fight.
Adrian, and Analog
Has fallen.
blinked in, didn't realize his chakram was on cooldown. when he tried to go for the
Oh,
dark
he's gonna
seer
go
there.
full health. So Matthew is dealing a lot of damage, huh?
Yeah, Matthew is the E-Blade plus Hunter's Boomerang, Sharpshooter, almost takes down the full Terrorblade. Illusion Room for TB, that's always great. For cutting creep waves, split push shenanigans. Wonder Kid is... He's got Sacred Relic. He's going for a Nullifier himself? I guess, I mean, yeah, they have E-Blade, they have Force Staffs as well. Terrorblade needs to just be able to right-click people.
Especially these supports, they're being really annoying.
And Crystal Maiden still doesn't have that shard. The AoE freeze.
TB has Sight of Vice ready now.
Oh, that's... Obviously, it's always a little bit rough to get the good timing on the Ursa usage for that, but the other ones are good targets to take down quickly. It's not like the Bristleback, like, he's very tanky, but if you get the Nullifier on Kunkka done, that Bristleback is killable. And Analog is very, very, very killable. Like the
2-9 armor.
Yeah. He needs the max reactive... He needs Ags, but they have Nullifier soon, so Ags doesn't even do that much anymore at that stage.
And it's pushed, so it's getting really weird that Heroics is still here. Bottom lane is also pushed. They can cut bottom lane, but they cannot cut top wave.
They're just walking up the high ground, forcing the TP all the way back. They have an amplified damage rune Terrorblade. And they're actually only TPing Matthew from behind and trying to get the flank play. They spot out the courier. It is a blink dagger on the courier for Adrian. Walk up the high ground. There's going to be a jump in. Spots out Wonder Kid. The break onto Whisper, but Wonder Kid's now going to get jump. Boiler Golem in response. Hook shot in. They're on inside the wall. Trying to run away. Yuma actually needs to be very careful. E-Blade safe from Matthew to keep Yuma alive. They lose Wonder Kid on the opposing end. Analog is stuck inside the cogs. BKB has just ended. He's trying to timber chain away, but the vacuum drag back. Analog, does he get taken down? Yes, he does. Adrian gets nullified, but look at this damage from Dad. Whisper Bristleback gets hexed up. The size is there. The damage is there. The absolute shred. And they take no damage from that. Yes, they're very slow, but the Ursa is in base.
The time to round 2.
Meta is about to end. Give them a set of racks. Or they're going to jump in. Nullifier comes out. Dad has the Sunder. Gets the cast off. There's going to be a 3-man vacuum in response. But Dad's still dropping low. The disarm onto Ursa. Great torrent. Yuma, can he get the kill? Yes, he can. But they are now going to have to run away because Yuma just bought back. Can they disengage and not lose too much in the process? Panda with the TP out of there. KJ gets the freeze.
Oh
Panda's
my
going to get
God.
caught. And it's a full team wipe. But look at that list of buybacks. 4 Radiant buybacks coming out.
And Kunkka doesn't have buyback, of course. It was a dieback. Dark's here, 1 minute. Clockwork, 40 seconds. They should just go and test the waters here because you need to force buybacks on Dire side.
Most of the damage in that fight, by the way, was from Analog's Timbersaw. He did 7k damage there. More than double anyone else in that engagement. I mean, it helps if everyone is on top of each other and you just hit them a couple of times with the Chakram plus Whirling Death.
I really think Analog needs armor here because the first round he just dies so quickly. Second round he's able to fight because no one has spells like they have cooldowns.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower
Now,
is under attack.
they will have TB up soon enough. There will not be a Kunkka though. Whisper, Nullifier comes out, tries to chase after Panda, BKB usage. Hook shot comes out a little bit too late, and they lose Panda. Does have a buyback, of course. Still not level 20, so no big, fat, juicy Warlock Golem drop.
Analog's not using Flamethrower. Flamethrower, guys. Come on, Analog.
You got that shard. You got it gifted for free. Use it.
Top tower
Time to just forget. Too many buttons to click.
Well, they are gonna go for Roche. Get that refresher. Get the cheese. They get the very big Ursa at that stage, because then you've got double enrage, double BKB in the fight. And obviously the double life. But at this stage, like, it feels to me that you need the the Terrorblade to pop meta and then just run. Because no buybacks on the Radiant side means pushing high ground is very ill-advised.
They have two brand new Scythe of Vice on Heroic side. Analog has one, and Matthew just bought one too.
Radiant are scanning.
Matthew only died 3 times this game.
All wrapped up for
Yep.
takeaway.
Dude's very elusive. I don't think he's died in the last 20 minutes.
This is a good kill. This is a really good kill.
Yeah, that's a catch quickly coming in. Does have a buyback.
Are under attack.
And they also have level 25s on all 3 Radiant cores. Dire, they have just gotten the Kunkas one.
Are under attack.
He went for the Tidebringer cleave damage.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Why do they hate that AoE? Especially against Ursa. Torrent is amazing.
I don't know.
Torrent Storm used to be 10 times better though.
He has AC, and he kind of clicks hard, so maybe...
He doesn't even have Shard yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Kunkka players these days, they hate Shard. Only Analog buys it. We saw it yesterday.
It's so good. Just for the disruption in the team fight. Most of the time. But nonetheless, let's see. What do we have? Cheese on the Timbersaw. So, you know, he's lacking in armor, but he does have sort of a second life. If he doesn't get hexed up. Wonder Kid very close to his nullifier.
Panda doesn't have 20 yet.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
There is an experience shrine that Wonder Kid just walked past. Panda would have loved that XP. But Nullifier does get secured. So now they at least have a tool against these pesky supports from Heroic. We only have one more melee Rax left standing. Hard
They're
game
playing
for both
against-
sides.
Yeah. If they get to play against Megas on Compromiso, at least Kunkka has a Tidebringer damage.
Oh,
the
ward
ward.
gets shown. KJ Oak shot in onto Whisper. Nullifier gets thrown out. He pops the BKB. He's trying to disengage. Blade on Janik is going to get taken down. The Terrorblade is dead. No, does have a buyback, but does not have a Metamorphosis available. One to get down needs to really just get out of there. Do they want to re-engage? There's no Golem drop. There is no Metamorphosis. There's nothing really. Even Wall was thrown out.
And he can't really buy a refresher on TB, so 1 minute and a half, pretty much useless. You don't want to go melee form against Ursa.
Well, who actually has a buyback still left? Matthew, Adrian, and Panda. Oh, Whisper takes a lot of damage, but the jump is onto one to get the Hex comes up. Vacuum drag back. And the Nullifier onto Analog. Hookshot's not going to hit the mark. Eats the cheese. Stays alive. That Wonder Kid, the freaking cleave from the Kunkka. I can understand why they went for that talent. Though Dad's going to get jumped. Can he get the Sunder off? He is hexed up in the process. Nullifier gets spell reflected. Whisper's dropping pretty low. Adrian, they still haven't cleared the melee racks. Like, they're holding on very strong. 45 seconds until meta is back up. And these fatal bonds as well in the Dire base, just constantly ticking out that AoE damage.
Yeah, and the Cogs really doing work there to protect the barracks too.
Scary game, but they hold on. They hold strong. Ursa still has the Aegis, but it's about to expire in 35 seconds.
At this point, I think you just wait for the buyback on Ursa.
Been killed.
Because these are advantage now against the TB.
Dire are scanning.
This'll come in
And
handy.
it's only 1 more minute until the Radiant buyback come up, but that TB is 6, and so is Genix. Wondakid's lacking a little bit of the gold for it though. For his, which is should otherwise be up in 20 seconds. But that cleave damage is it's actually nuts. It almost took down the bristleback there. %270% cleave damage plus an extra 210. So you essentially do 500 hit plus, so you do like 1.3k crit with the Tidebringer.
Every 4 seconds.
Every 4 seconds. He's going for Silver Edge, so he's going to even have a break at one point. He also queued up that he wants to go for the shard. Yay, shard gaming.
There's no glyph for 12 seconds only on Dire, so they're gonna be fine for now.
The problem here is they really want to, but they really should not get anywhere aggressive out of the base on TeamCompromiso.
Well, I hope Heroic's just waiting for a timing to go again. They don't want to wait for the TB to have buyback again. Maybe the timing is analog Zaghanim's plus buyback? Oh, they're going even without the buyback, I think.
It's Panda needs his level 20. That's the timing. He's got Blink Dagger ready. He's just there to full YOLO suicide jump. Oh, Dad. Gets hexed up. Can they get him out and keep him alive? Vacuum wall. It's a big ghost ship coming in as well. Dad's dropping low. Needs to find a target to Sunder. Can he get anything off? No, Dad is dead. That's a dieback. They're all caught inside the cogs. Do they have any damage behind it? Wonderkid is whipping away. They buyback coming out onto Adrian, but Wonderkid is trying to disengage. God, that's slow from Panda. Whisper and Yuma just can't move.
The wizard is there, standing his ground.
Hex comes up onto Adrian. They're going to go in for the control onto the Darkseid, and that's going to be a dieback if he does not get out of there. Lotus Orb, Spell Reflect, stays alive. The Timber Chain goes deep. He stays alive on the side. Wonderkid spots out Analog. They're going to get Megas, but pushback almost goes in towards the fountain. Wonderkid's still doing so much damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wonderkid needs to be careful of that,
Dire's middle tower.
the Gem of True Sight.
Panda's
Panda.
just so annoying, man.
Oh, Blink Fatal Bonds, quickly get back. Matthew's dropping low,
Look at
actually.
Matthew.
One whip and Matthew's dead.
Let's go, Analog. Flamethrower the tower. Waiting on you, bro.
Jump in. They are going to get killed quickly. There's the drag back. Baiba comes out from the Warlock. Whisper slowed down Wonderkid with the whip damage. Break comes in. Wonderkid gets back. They are going to massively buy back on the Radiant side. Adrian's trying to get the full lockdown control in. Wonderkid, Ghost Ship come flying out. Has the whip at the ready, but he cannot find a creep to hit. Gets a hit coming off, but in trouble is Adrian, taken down. And now the full control onto Wonderkid. Still need to hold on for 30 seconds, but it looks like it's impossible. And it's going to be Heroic taking game number 1 after an exhilarating showdown. Almost managed to make it happen with one bad Heroic team fight, but in the end, Heroic recoup and catch out Dad. It was kind of weird that last team fight where Dad just could not find a target to sell. I love the fact that their team is so incredibly tanky. But it all doesn't matter if you get a 5-man black hole, then they're all dead. Like, that's always the counter argument there. So, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they can do. Are there any interesting facets chosen? So far, it looks like everyone just picked the default facets. Oh, actually, Primal initially had showing that he wanted the AoE, the analog, he wanted the pulverize facet, but instead went for provoke the beast, which
Yeah, there's a lot of stuns at the enemy team, so he's gonna get disabled quite a lot this game.
but big AoE is cool.
I know, I know.
30 seconds.
Have you seen that rock throw when he gets like the 3 consecutive hits done?
Meteor, yeah.
It's full on invoker situations. There's a lot of creeps in this game as well. You've got what Terrorblade with his entire illusion army. Then you have got the Eidolons from the Enigma. You've got the Shadow Shaman Serpent Wards. Hell, even Ringmaster's got some illusions that he can summon with the Funhouse Mirror. And on the other side, Underlord with the Gateway getting those summoned. So quite a lot of pesky tools to deal with all these creeps that need to be cleared. And you've got Sven. So that does track, that does help.
Yeah. You're gonna have a lot of good auras on TeamCompromiso, Underlord, Warcry. They might need Nullifier on Heroic this game.
And top side. Yeah, looking at these 3 lanes, the curiosity I have for you is where do you think most of the action is going to happen, and where should we keep especially that camera focused?
Both side lanes there will have a lot of action, I think. Like Shaman always looking for openings on the lane. Same goes to the Wind Ranger. So yeah, I think we just keep an eye on the health bars on both side lanes to be ready for when there's a Q threat.
Well, currently Analog and Wonder Kid are hugging each other underneath the tower as well. Ooh, Wonder Kid hits the range creep with the deny. That always sucks. Once you use trample, you can't actually get that last hit in.
Yeah.
And Yuma did pop his Metamorphosis top side. Nice sidestep from Adian. Will be fine, I think. Staking a lot of damage here. And Yuma's going underneath the tower to get first blooded.
First blood.
He was
Okay.
so sure he would get the kill with the last hit.
Yeah, that wasn't even like close. So Janik has another power shot against KJ. And misses it, unfortunately, but now the TB is back in lane, full HP, no meta, but at least solid harass.
That is not a good start for Heroic. Adrian only needs to like hit level 4. Then he can just farm jungle, pull creep waves.
And obviously Enigma is just doing Enigma things of denying creep waves. And dragging the lane all the way back. It's not as OP as it used to be, of course, when you could literally just deny a creep with demonic conversion, but it is still very nasty.
I'm ready to see some black holes.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get very unfortunately disappointed, because I have most games with Enigmas you see maybe, if you're lucky, you see 2 black holes.
Yeah. It's all about the threat of the black hole than the black hole itself.
Yeah, that whole BS line that the threat of the black hole is worse than the black hole itself. I think auras. It's just tons of auras. That is good value on the Enigma. Otherwise, you'd go for that blink BKB immediately to get the black hole play. But it is on what, level 180-second cool. That's a full 3 minutes of cooldown.
Analog has a lot of CS, took a lot of damage in order to get that.
He's
The-
also got a bottle, so
Yeah,
don't mind it too much. Primal Beast has got insane strength gain, 4.3. Very tanky hero, almost 1000 HP if he's fully healed up. That is without any bracer shenanigans. Oh, on the side, KJ wants to defend the water room, but Analog is going to be able to get the bottle refill. And on the other side, so does Matthew. So Wonder Kid, no bottle refill.
yep. The supports on Heroic, they gotta chill. Both of them going for the 4 minutes water room.
Under attack.
Matthew even stacked on his way.
And that puts Wonder Kid not really in a bad spot necessarily, because he still always has that disengage with the swashbuckle, but would definitely have been able to get more aggressive if he got those refills himself. And for the 4-minute rune, they're gonna really need the supports to make a move.
Chicken fingers, come on, chicken fingers. Oh,
Kiro's gonna take a little bit of damage, but
yeah.
that's about it. God, chasing in after the Shadow Shaman. One big thing about Shadow Shaman as well against Jakiro is the fact that you can't really die from the dots thanks to foul play. Whisper, rotation in from KJ. There's a TP on the other end. Dodd is dropping low. Whisper's dropping. Is going to get taken down. There's Yuma as well. Has a meta available. And will he dive underneath the tower? Janik is trying to bait him out with the wind run. Metamorphosis is used. Then he's going to quickly try and run. But a nice
Oh
spear
my
back.
God.
And Janik gets hexed up. Power shot in response. Taken down. And they will get themselves a 3-for-1 trade in the bottom lane. Yuma's almost dead. As Adrian decided, I could TP and help, but I could also just continue farming.
Was it really worth it for Yuma though? Oh, he has Tango on the career, so okay.
Top tower is under attack.
Lost all of his HP, taking a lot of damage on the tower.
If Adrian TP'd, he probably would have gotten a triple kill. Because he has Pit of Malice Firestorm.
Punished.
Oh, towards mid. KJ loses life to Wonder Kid. But Wonder Kid has a shield rune, so he really doesn't care about any shenanigans. This time around, it was the Radiant side sending out the supports to help mid.
Is under attack.
Yeah, for the
Dire's
big
structures
rune.
are fortified.
Okay. If that's how you feel, Analog.
Let's
Is it
see, are there
time-
any stacks being made? Yeah, I would assume Janek. Okay, no, he's going for the experience shrine. But yeah, some stacks are going to be needed. You have a Sven on the Radiant side. And honestly, they should have as many huge stacks as possible to be able to keep up pace, as that bottom lane is a bit of a struggle against the pesky Enigma.
Yeah, just go to the triangle when you can. Keep farming, but you have ancients near your tower. One of the reasons Sven's really good. Can farm a lot by staying at the lane.
Dire's courier
And
has
Ringmaster was also stacking the triangle. I'd say Primal Beast wants to farm in there.
And
Next rune.
yeah, Yuma. I mean, Adrian is top net worth, or at least vying for top net worth, but Wonder Kid and Dad are definitely a little bit more struggling. Dad should be able to catch up nicely. Wonder Kid's the one that I'm a little bit worried about on the Pangolier. Is okay at farming. Normally can outfarm a Primal Beast, as Primal Beast is a very weak farmer.
Dire are
But
scorned.
they're going to need that Diffusal Blade to start making plays, as Janik is constantly roaming around that mid lane to see if he can get anything. But it's Anal, like, Primal Beast with 1300 HP is so hard to kill.
Yeah, at this point he just wants to secure the runes and stack. But now they're rotating towards top lane. This movement should be obvious, right?
Red-
Because Pangolier is not back on mid.
Yeah, Yuma very much knows what's coming. They also have an observer ward there that spotted everything, so Yuma's just going to be farming in the safer areas of the map. Is level 7. Dad taking the gateway, so the push for the tier. Oh, actually, Whisper interrupts the gateway. Whisper's got Black Hole, but Godstrike being used with the TP from Adrian. He's going to try and stay out of range. Firestorm comes out, kill gets secured, takes the gateway back on towards the other angle, and is going to continue his push.
Yeah, and everyone's gating back top. Poorly communicated on Heroic side, I think.
Yeah, you're up against Underlord. He's going to have that global TP always.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Heroic was very late for this
Radiant's
party,
bottom
because
tower is under
if
attack.
Whisper just Black Holes Sven right away, he would be full HP on Enigma. So it doesn't really matter there's a Firestorm on you. But he had to like buy some time for Heroic to catch up.
So far, early game a lot less aggressive than in game number 1. I guess it does also show that Compromiso is a little bit more reserved. I mean, if you lose this game, you're eliminated from the qualifiers, and that would be very much sadness for, of course, Panda and the rest, obviously. But yeah, I mean, you have an Enigma on the Dire side. You have a Terrorblade as well. They're definitely content with just being able to farm now that Black Hole's on cooldown. There's just not much that the Enigma can realistically do.
Yeah, they're probably gonna try to go for this bottom tower. Not sure if now, because Analog's heading backwards. He's level 7, has mana. But they're outnumbered in the bottom lane. 4 heroes around. They might just need 6 on the supports, at least on the Shadow Shaman, before they go for the next big fight.
And the Ringmaster as well, with that level 6 would be much needed to get the Wheel of Wonder going. But Pangolier is very scary in any of these situations. So I think just backing off in that bottom lane is probably for the better. Seems to be some microphone. They really have some issues with communication there on the side of here.
Yep.
Aren't they playing on LAN or in
I would
Bootcamp?
say so. I would say so.
Just scream across the room.
I mean, they're all on the same room. When they're LAN, they're all in the same room.
Yeah, then just play with only like earphones in and then
Radiant's
start
middle
screaming
tower is under attack.
louder. Or talking game. You got a voice chat in Dota. No, but
So
they're voice communicating. Like, I've had plenty of Discord issues as well, that all of a sudden randomly the server changes and you've got 300 ping, which makes no
Dire's
sense.
middle tower is under
Rolling Thunder from Wonder Kid. Regen Rune is going to get picked up, but they're
Oh,
going to turn their
Matthew.
attention to Matthew. That was a weird bounce. Matthew dropping low, but Shackles comes in. There's going to be a save. Matthew staying alive for now. Wonder Kid doesn't want to go any deeper, and Matthew walks away with just the escape act keeping him alive.
I'm not sure about this Rolling Thunder. Jakira was very far
Radiant
for this fight to be able to be good for them. Now Shaman is gonna leech some XP so he can get his 6. Not
Flag is
just yet.
dropped a little bit too late. They just walk it
Dire's
off.
middle tower is under attack.
A couple of interesting moves there, but Wonder Kid, I mean, the Rolling Thunder was good. Unfortunately, he got stuck on the corner, which,
Level 24 Pangolier, by the way.
yeah, but these corners are just stupid.
Yeah, I know, can't blame him.
The amount of bugs that Pango's role has is just always nuts. Adrian has his Fiend's Gate available again, and Black Hole's up in 35. Janik being chased by Analog. Should be able to get himself out of there. I guess the attention is now towards Adrian, and he knows what's coming. Analog. Ooh, that was a nice subversion there from Analog. Otherwise caught inside the Pit of Malice, but Adrian Still in a little bit of trouble, needs some help, is going to get taunted there by the Wheel of Wonder, held in place, no TPs to back him up, and they will lose Underlord plus the tier 1 tower bottom.
Is under attack.
Yeah, finally, Shaman hit 6, but look at the mid tower from Heroic. Took a lot of damage already.
Fallen.
They might just collapse on this mid tower with the Serpents.
Yeah, they are rotating KJ towards that area. There is a Whisper with the Black Hole available again. But in 5 seconds, Underlord is back up. Haste Rune on Primal is so solid with Trample.
Nasty.
Not his top net worth though. At a pretty rough lane, but it's still a Sven. Mask of Madness is done. It's closing in on towards its Echo Saber. Would this be a game where you go Blink Dagger, or would you rather just go for the Harpoon?
Both are fine, but being able to just jump the Enigma or jump the Shaman and kill it, right? It's also nice, so I don't know if it's worth it. There's lots. Maybe it is, because you can just blink and kill King Jungle's on Ringmaster.
Yeah, King Jungle's trying to catch back up in fight. Honestly, all 4 of these supports are very poor. Normally, you tend to see a little bit more, but they are struggling. Analog clearing the Ancient stack, or at least attempting to clear it. Not the best hero for big farming coming through, but with Wonder Kid's Diffusal Blade done, this should, at least for the Radiant side, be the moment where they want to take a fight.
I think they're just waiting for the Blade Mail on Analog to go for a smoke. Matthew has 2 obs, so it's probably their go-to now.
Yeah, Wonder Kid has Diffusal, and Matthew with the 2 obs plus Smoke of Deceit. Ready to make a play.
He popped the haste rune already.
Experience Shrines are up right now, but Analog is looking for the rune, and it's an Amplify damage rune. Not bad. Combination with Trample. The magic plus physical damage buff really does make Trample hurt. But there's just a lot of farming at the moment. They're not even close to each other for any engagements.
Radiant are scanning.
So you initially said that, of course, Heroic have a slight advantage when it comes to the late game aspect. What is it? Is it just because they have the Enigma, or is it because of the Primal Beast? What makes the late game for them slightly better?
For me, it's the Enigma and the BKB piercing ability on Primal Beast late game.
A good old Pulverize. Very solid. Wonder Kid coming in from behind. And Analog Smoke just breaks. Janik wanted to smoke, actually. Wasted a smoke there. Shackle Shot comes out, but the Rolling Thunder has been cancelled. They get the control in onto the Primal Beast. He is trying to run away, but the roots from Adrian just nowhere to run. And Primal's the one that's dead.
Why are they so spread on Heroic?
Radiant are scanning.
Are they really thinking that Compromiso is just accepting the fact that there are 2 heroes on the jungle casually walking?
Oh, Dad pops God Strength. They want to take the Tormentor, but there's a Blink Enigma nearby on Whisper. This could be big. Can they get the catch? They have the vision. Tormentor's dropping low. It's about to get taken down. The Serpent War Zoo get dropped. They get the Tormentor kill. Whisper's on the side. Gets the 3-man Black Hole catch. Janik doesn't have the Shackle Shot available. They're going to get Wheel of Wonder. They're stuck in position. The Sven is dropping low. They get 3 kills. Make that 4 kills. Huge fight there from Heroic. And they got baited to take that Tormentor.
I told you, bro. Some good black holes. And Matthew, he pretty much solo killed the Pango
Bounty.
with the Serpent Wards.
Yeah, the Pango
it was
without Rolling Thunder, not scary.
Yeah, not scary at all. It was a brave move by Compromiso, thinking, okay, no Primal Beast, no fight. Let's just collapse on this Tormentor. But Heroic was just patient. They just waited, used the vision, and got the really good opportunity to
Radiant's
land
top
a
tower
beautiful
is
black
under
hole.
attack.
I mean, that's superb by Whisper. It's also the moment that the Wind Ranger used the shackle shot. Everyone's dragged to the middle, so you drop the Wheel of Wonder there. God, that lockdown was forever.
He's itemizing for a black hole on Whisper, going straight BKB now.
And then Ags afterwards.
Yeah, he knows nothing can stop him but the Pango.
Until, yeah, but the Pango, it's going to take a very long time until he gets his Basher. Considering he wants to get Blink Ags to get the better Rolling Thunders going.
Precious bounty.
Still though,
His van
because
is
they
ready
got
to
the
fight.
because they got the Tormentor, like obviously it's just not great, but it also wasn't the worst.
Under attack.
The only downside is
Dire's structures
it was on the Jakiro, and that is actually pretty bad. That he got the shard.
It's not gonna be very helpful. And Sven went for the Blink Dagger, so he really wants to be on top of the back line.
Oh, Matthew gonna get hunted. Adrian's looking for more targets, but oh, he does manage to get a two-man catch. But they should be able to still walk it off. God Strength was used by Dad, so the tier 2 tower top is gonna be taken down. And it is a TP in from Yuma with the Metamorphosis available. Rolling Thunder gets thrown out. Continues the bounce, gets the full lockdown there. It's going to be a little bit of a save, but is it going to be enough? Analog dropping low. Analog is dead. And without the BKB, he is very easy to kill.
They have just too much. You can't really pulverize anyone. So what is the point of just going first and you're not gonna be able to do anything? You just get yourself killed.
And they still had God Strength up for a couple of seconds longer. Now Metamorphosis is on cooldown. They will have Black Hole in a sec. But yeah, that was without the BKB, Primal is just incredibly weak. They've got what? Shackle Shot. They've got obviously Pit of Malice from Underlord is ultimate counter level against the
is under attack.
Primal Beast. What I do find it funny is he has Crimson Guard, and I understand he's going Pipe, Guardian Greaves, the whole shebang. Super supportive aura build Underlord. But in this patch, when everyone is building Rod of Atos, Underlord's not going the Rod of Atos.
Kind of funny. Well, Wind Ranger doesn't have Atos. So
Adrian, Black Hole onto the Underlord. He is very tanky with that Crimson Guard. Is eventually going to get taken down. They do use everything to finish him off. But luckily enough, there was no one nearby to make a counterplay.
not a big fan of this. They're not gonna be able to accomplish anything with the skill. Just to send the message, I guess.
And let's see, Dodd, yeah, he's got the Blink Dagger available. He's going for BKB, S, and Y. But on the other end, Matthew and KJ are both here. Gateway taken by Yuma. Panda and Dodd need to be a little bit careful, as they might get collapsed on while Whisper is just farming a bottom. Yeah, these three heroes are in trouble. Analog's coming from the opposite direction as well. They're smoked up. Dodd being chased down. One kid is invis. And okay, they'll just get out. Well, bottom lane, they're going to go for Whisper, who was still lurking about in the area, rooted up in position. And they did not manage to find Dodd, but in response, a very big kill onto Whisper.
You can't really split push like this against Underlord, unless you are pretty sure what the enemy is doing.
Oh, in mid, Sven. He is going to get caught. Can he get himself out of there? Ice Path Macropie is not going to be nearly enough to keep him alive. Pulverized from behind. Analog gets shackle shotted. Rolling Thunder comes out. Analog saved by KJ for now, but the Rolling Thunder is just lengthy. And that is going to be the Primal Beast finished off. Yuma wants to continue a fight. Adrian is still nearby. Turns his attention towards the Shadow Shaman. As Shackle shot. Harassment continues. Yuma with the Sunder onto Adrian. Underlord very tanky. Ice Path in response. They're trying to get the burn going. Yuma doesn't deal any damage against the Crimson Guard. They're going to turn it in towards the Terrorblade. They don't need the Sven when they kill the TB. 6 kill streak going to the Pango and a very big turnaround play.
They killed Sven already. Why keep going? Like, you really have no damage after Primal Beast is dead. You really have no damage if your Primal Beast is dead. Why would you go like this?
The Underlord's just never gonna die. Like, they had to black hole him the previous time to kill him. With the Crimson Guard, no physical damage coming in. He's done, almost done with the pipe. Add that in, Guardian Greaves. He's got the Atrophy Aura level 3 now. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to break through this Underlord this game.
They got a little bit too excited.
Honestly, you're probably going to need to get the Ags at one point on the Primal Beast just to get rid of the Atrophy Aura. And, I mean, the 3 breakable things, the Great Cleave, the Atrophy Aura, and the Pangalier's Lucky Shot as well. Pretty good Ags game on Primal, but he's just... This is classic Primal gameplay. Ooh, Gateway just in time. But yeah, Primal's just terrible at farming.
They just need this BKB on Primal to be able to keep moving, but still they lack damage. They're so tanky on TeamCompromiso.
BKB is also done on Sven. And you cannot, as you said, go for those pesky split push moves as Gateway is just around the corner. Whisper's closing in on BKB though. With that, it should be a good timing to go for a team fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, having your black hole to deal 600 pure damage is really gonna be helpful.
Bottom side, Matthew, he's still looking for an angle, but Jenik is just keeping the wave pushed out every time. No Serpent Ward drops. No nothing. Underlord's going for Shard. Oh, the Firestorm buff. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Matthew?
it's percentage-based damage. It's always really nice to have percentage-based damage on your team, and Underlord is one of those. Probably, what? Top 3 base defending heroes in the game.
Some people call you friends. I call you co-stars.
Let's see the smoke play.
Yeah, but they're not giving them anything just yet. And though, walking forward. Do they know he's coming? Matthew, they just use the blink. They spot out Matthew. Jenik's trying to get the catch. Blink is on cooldown for 8 seconds, but they're going to go for Analog instead. The Shackle Shot connects. Jenik is going to be controlled on one end as they go for the Shadow Shaman on the other. Analog going for the TP attempt, but he is dead. Tormentor did die at a very fast timing. I kinda don't know exactly what the timing was, but they did kill it pretty fast. Speaking of killing fast, Black Hole gets used topside. Whisper with the BKB. Black Hole onto Dodd. Sven, he's turning it around. Going for Yuma. Terrorblade's going to be dead instead. Chase onto Whisper. The Black Hole damage, it's just not there. KJ is now last but not least going to get finished off. It's a full team wipe. 2 separate areas they find targets, and they just blow him up. This Sven, 3.2k HP. They Black Hole, they Metamorphosis. Nowhere clear of getting that kill.
TB got Ice Path, so he could not deal any damage to Sven. And this was a game. This game is really hard for Heroic now. Sven's way too strong.
He's also going for the SNY, which doesn't necessarily help against the Black Hole, but is still always very nasty to have and deal with. Primal Beast. There's just no impact from this Primal Beast at this stage. It's just too weak. It's fallen off significantly.
Analog's not gaming.
A big change-up could be that black hole on Enigma for the max health per second damage.
Oh, it's quite nice actually.
So you always would have to still fear it in the late game, and I think that's really going to be their objective here, just so that they can make up for the lack of damage that they have. Analog trying to get the catch onto Genic, but that's the beauty of playing against Primal. You hear those gargle noises in the trees, and you, oh, okay, I'm gone, bye. Not gonna screw around with this.
Alright, Pangolier has the Aghanims complete. He just needs to wait his career respawn. They have a jam now. Also on TeamCompromiso to secure that map control.
God Strength going for a push. Bottom lane, Janik is going to get jumped. There's the gateway coming in from behind. Janik still held in place, but Adrian's going to focus onto Matthew. While Wonder Kid wants Analog. Matthew dead. Analog. Rolling Thunder from Wonder Kid. No TP. Oh, there's a little wall there or something. But Analog not going to be able to TP. Pops the BKB, going in onto Janik, trying to get the kill onto the wind range, and he does find it. TP afterwards, gets the TP off in time. He finds a kill and gets out. That's actually a lot more than he should have gained.
This is what you really want to do when you want to BKB TP out. You really want to be useful and use some seconds of your BKB. And getting a kill, really important for him. A lot of XP, a lot of gold.
Meantime, mid lane taking the tier 2 tower, taking quite a lot of damage. As Yuma is looking to get ready with the split pushing. He's actually going for the BKB on Terrorblade so he doesn't get that big Ice Path against him. Or, honestly, everything, because they have, what? Ice Path, Rolling Thunder, Shackle Shot, even the Underlord route in the Firestorm, Stormhammer from Sven. All these very nasty spells that TB just can't deal with.
Yep.
Analog?
He doesn't deal a lot of damage at the moment.
Shackle Shot does connect. Analog save attempt there from KJ. Can they keep him alive? Wonder Kid on the side. Analog, he does have a great healing Lotus, and they're running away. Wonder Kid's gonna make nice move there from KJ to make sure Wonder Kid couldn't get the blink going, but it's not going to be enough. The Shackle Shots from Janik are perfect. Analog this time around will not be able to get a kill and TP out as he falters, but they're splitting the top lane. Enigma is in the area. They also have the TB at the ready. Matthew might just go for the blink black hole. Whisper, if Wonder Kid didn't play this defensive.
Yeah, now I think they're just trying to buy time for Whisper to get his Aghanims.
Yeah, he's got 2 pieces. And the push continues. I mean, Adrian has to walk in to try and defend it. Adrian is... I love this. He's got the pipe. He's got the Crimson Guard. Next item, Ags. The Aghanim Scepter on Underlord means you can never split push. He's got
Careful, Matthew.
No, he needs 50 more gold, and they're looking for a fight here. Dad still has the Aegis for another minute. Adrian, there's the black hole usage from Whisper, gets a 2-man catch, the damage onto one to get it's enough. They find Janik as well, 2 kills secured. Dad, Crimson Guard is going to keep him healthy for now. BKB from Yuma is going to try and run away. Matthew gets clipped up back by Dad, and Matthew is dead. Dad, though, in the trees, they know exactly where he is. Macropie Ice Path comes up. God's Strength used by Dad. He's looking for a target. He does find Analog, but there's the save from KJ. Once again, Yuma's got the Sunder. He needs to find a good target. There's Adrian. Can he get the Sunder going? Yuma gets the Sunder, takes all that HP. Juicy HP. It's all on the Sven. Completely solo. Dad is controlled up in position. All he can do is throw at the high five. No God Strength. No chance. Full team wipe. And Heroic shut them down with, again, Whisper starting it off. 2 kills instantly because of that godlike black hole.
Yeah, man. Who said TB was the carry? I think they're just looking at the wrong purple guy. It's all about the black holes now. And he's gonna have Agnes for the next fight. He didn't even have to use black hole on this van. Just got 2 targets and the fight was easy for them. And Compromiso had Aegis.
I mean, that's just it. If Whisper is starting to feel it, he is the best offlaner in South America. Like, this game, so far, he's doing the heavy lifting. The black hole bottom on 3 heroes, the double black hole there. It's, yeah, you don't get the 5-man black hole, but they didn't have any response there. And you lost Pangolier, Wind Ranger at the start of the fight. That's no Lotus, no Force Staff, no Shackle Shot. Hell, Jenik has hit, like, an ungodly amount of double hero Shackle Shots this game.
And now Wonderkid's starting to build his basher. But he can't bash anyone if he's the one on the black hole.
Yeah, that's going to be the main focus. They should be heading towards the Tormentor. Maybe if Dad is going to be able to join soon enough. But Analog also has the SNY now on the Primal Beast. So that big fight got him caught up with Wonderkid in terms of net worth. He was 2 grand behind and stayed alive through all of it.
Oh, they might just find Analog.
And they kill him though with the SNY and without God
Can't
Strength.
land it.
Sven nearby pops the BKB, quickly gets out, goes for the TP away, and he is back in base. Rolling Thunder used, the Fiend's Gate used. Black Hole is available with Aghanim Scepter.
Go time. You can just target this van this time. No
And
Aegis.
Daedalus finished on TB. Interestingly enough, he went Daedalus instead of the new thing. Oh, jump in onto Jakiro. Yuma running up. There's the Primal as well. On the side, God Strength does get used. They know he doesn't have a BKB, but Black Hole onto Dad, and there's the control to take down the Sven. No God Strength available anymore if he would even get back into the fight. Hex onto the Pango. Wonder Kid is the second one down. They're going to find all 3 cores here for the juicy kills. They will lose Adrian. 3 cores dead, and what a catch. Whatever, like, Whisper's got the Black Hole at the ready. Finds the God Strength Sven, so even if he would buy back right now, no God Strength available. And they only keep the supports alive. That must very much hurt.
This is the problem when you play Sven and you buy both Blink and Harpoon. Now he's limited in slots. He might be considering getting like Silver Red just so he can position himself and not get Black Hole every fight. Because if this is how every fight's gonna happen, it's gonna be easy for Heroic.
Ooh, Whisper almost got the catch there. Yeah, they're gonna really need that Roshan, the Aegis at least, just so that they have the second life against Black Hole. It's not, they don't have any saves on the Radiant side against Black Hole. They don't have any like Shadow Shaman or even Ringmaster. Speaking of which, he's got Ags done on KJ. Rod of Atos Ag, so he's got 2 escape acts in case something goes horribly wrong.
Yep, and he throws the darts.
With the shard, the level 15 talent, so the Impalement Arts penetrates 1 target now, so you get a lot of AoE damage.
And Roche is alive, going top.
Oh, Yuma hits the Tormentor once. No. Not gonna deal with that. Takes the gateway, heads to the other angle. Instead, as he's just gonna get some split push shenanigans going towards mid. Jenik. There's a Matthew very close nearby, but they don't have vision.
Analog doesn't have Blink daggers, so kind of hard
He's just
to...
running in. He's going for Ags, which, as previously mentioned, the break is so big this game on Primal Beast. It counters all 3 Radiant cores.
Mm-hmm. So they bought a smoke on Team Compromiso. But if they lose a fight this close to their base, it's at least one set of Rex. They're pushing top, so they have 2 waves pushed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower.
Dad has the overwhelming blink chosen for the catch, but they are gonna go into the Roche pit. Yuma gets excellently ward trapped by Matthew, but with the help of Serpent Wards, Roche dies very fast.
Radiant's top tower.
Do you give
And,
Aegis to Enigma?
Dire's bottom tower.
No.
Is under attack.
No. You don't give it. Like, if he gets caught and dies, the second life isn't gonna do anything. Because it's Enigma, he still dies.
He can at least try to use Black Hole once. If he dies on a fight and doesn't use Black Hole, I'm not sure if Heroic wins it.
Yeah. But TB at this stage, you know, he's also very, very bulky. Does a lot of damage. Has Butterfly almost done, so it's even very hard for the Sven to kill, as he will need the MKB soon.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
But you also have KJ with the double escape act save, so if it goes wrong onto Whisper, who has a refresher orb, by the way,
Is under
you've got 2 ways to... 2 tools to keep the Enigma alive.
I don't know about these items on Sven. He doesn't have Bruce. Doesn't have ways of dealing with the butterfly that's coming from Yuma.
God strength used, trying to get the catch. KJ used the escape act very preemptively. Is already going to get taken down. The Rogue Thunder chases after Whisper. Whisper is going to get the Black Hole cast onto Wonder Kid. Charge in, gets the refresher going. Wonder Kid's dropping low, but not dead just yet. They're actually losing a lot of HP onto Analog and Whisper. He does not have a BKB for the second Black Hole on Enigma. Though Dad is going to jump back in. This is a buyback from KJ. If he dies, that's going to be a dieback coming through. They lose one to get on the back line. Yuma's being kited all over the place. And they're still trying to catch up to Dad.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This is not over just yet.
Oh, Matthew, chill out, bro.
Trying to ward trap the Underlord there.
Okay,
But,
so Pangolier did a good job this fight, like messing with the Enigma. He paid with his own life, but unfortunately Sven was not able to do much.
I mean, he was able to do a lot. They were very close to dying. They just never got finished. Because the Pangolier was dead. And, like, that's the the problem there.
Yeah, and Underlord's not like helping Sven to kill anyone. He can throw some bit of malices here and there, but
Scanning.
it needs to be enabled.
Radiant's
Like
bottom tower is under attack.
maybe a good shackle shot.
Pango also still doesn't have a basher. Because that fight, when Enigma Black holed him, the moment he was in the middle of his shield crash, if he had basher, that could have been hilarious. Oh, Analog. On the side. No. No big catches there. So they will go for the Underlord of Adrian. He's taking quite a lot of damage. Analog's nearby, has the Pulverize. But the Rolling Thunder in response gets the jump back to the high ground. I think he didn't want that. But Yuma is dropping very low. Still has the Aegis for another 2 minutes.
And he's not 25, so he can't just sunder it. An illusion. Oh, he doesn't have the talent. Okay. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the talent. Anyways.
Yeah, he wants to get the aggressive Sunder though. Shenik is with the load serve just looking for a possible random power shot
Radiant's
snipe.
courier has been killed.
Hero now with Ags. Like, it's starting to get really dangerous. The Radiant, of course, have Pit of Malice and Firestorm. Now they have the Macro Pyre with Ags available as well. Their high ground defense is starting to look incredibly tough to break.
This high ground defense is no joke. Finally, the basher.
It took quite some time, but Wonder Kid should be able to help out, or Obviously, you're still based on, it's all based on luck with the who you bash and such. But they have something to interrupt the black hole. And then he pops refresh your BKB black hole number 2, and then you're dead. Jump in onto Jakiro. Genic strength to help out. God strength. Oh, black hole number 1 used. Matthew's dropping pretty low, but they get the lockdown on Yuma. That's going to be the Aegis taken care of. Refresher from Whisper. Second BKB used on Whisper. So he doesn't have a BKB if he goes for another black hole. And they're going to back off again on Heroic.
Oh my god, that's why he's buying Aether Lance.
Yeah,
If he had it.
the cast range is terrible on Enigma Black Hole without Aether. It always feels nasty, the fact that you need to literally be on top of them. And then you cancel it by accident. Oh. Smoke broke. And Look gets the blink away. He does have the Ags. And now Blink Dagger. So I'm happy that at least we get the Blink Dagger back. Microphone issues again on Hero.
What? Okay.
Time to buy a new
So,
microphone.
let's say they find this van on Heroic side. They use the black hole and kill it. With one black hole, this van has the buyback. So you have to like still have the second black hole with the second BKB in order to kill this van again. Unless his van like they jump on you and his van uses OT to jump, and then he buys back without OT, not the same impact. So if you jump his van before he uses OT, might not be that good, because he can just buy back and fight again with OT.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the more obnoxious points. Late game, obviously a refresher Enigma makes everything a lot better in that regard. But late game buybacks are game winning. I mean, we saw it in the previous game, right? In game number 1, the buybacks were literally game winning for Heroic then. But this game is going to be a little bit longer, I think. As it's still really hard for... both teams have the biggest issue of their lacking damage. They have 2 core. You have Sven versus TB. The rest... I mean, obviously, if you catch more heroes in the Enigma Black Hole, that's also a lot of damage. But overall, there's just only 2 heroes that really pump out damage in these fights. So even Jakiro in that engagement, that bottom, he has 2.8 KHP, which is quite a lot. But he took so much damage there, and it took so long, and he still didn't die. Also, he has 2.8 KHP. What?
70 strength. I mean 91.
91 strength. He also has the Ogre Shield Totem. Extra HP from Solar Crest and Aghanims. That's pretty good. He actually has 2 blood grenades on him.
Oh, that's it.
That's weird to see blood grenades this late in the game. Just casually. I need to fill my slots with something that's cheap. But buybacks are going to be crucial, so I'm quickly going to check out who has them yet. Dad has them. Janik has them. From everyone on the Radiant side, they're about 300 gold away from it. Dire, only Yuma and Whisper have it. Oh, smoke up. Kinda would be a good catch. There's going to be a jump in onto Dad. Black Hole does get used. And they find a quick kill. Looking for more analog. Finds a huge target there with the Wind Ranger. Macropyre is underneath. Janik's going to get taken down. Dad buys back. Rolling Thunder is going to continue in. But there's the save. Is it going to be enough? Dad finds the kill onto Yuma. Looking for more. That's analog. Primal Beast loses his life as well. They didn't have the refresher orb on the Enigma, so they didn't have a chance for a second black hole. But it is still double buyback forced out.
I think even if they had black hole, you can't kill Sven without TB. TB was in a weird spot that team fight.
Yeah, he was very much stuck. He got surrounded on all angles, and then he got the little attempted save there from KJ with the escape act, and you're just like, okay, I'm still screwed.
Dire's middle tower
Thank you.
is under attack.
They need to try to force a buyback here, because Sven doesn't have a buyback, and you can't play late game against Enigma without buyback unless you have Aegis. Even
they
with Aegis, it's kind of hard, but yeah.
They really need that Aegis. But yeah, as you said, it is still very hard. Because they can't really go high ground as Enigma's refreshes off cooldown. So if you try to go high ground and force a buyback, Enigma just randomly jumps the back line, gets the black hole, and then you buyback on TP back in.
Oh,
and you lost the
Whisper.
game. Blink to the side, blinks correctly, and Whisper gets out. Oh. That was way too scary. I mean, this entire game is way too scary. One black hole can cost you, but a whiff black hole can also cost you.
Oh, the tension is in the air. It's all about Roche fight now.
Air Whisper going Octarine core next. Needs more cooldown reduction to get that refresher orb off cooldown faster.
And here you go, Gleipnir on Underlord.
Look at that freaking circle. And he gets one from the Fiend's from both sides of the Fiend's Gate as well. Roche not going to be a fast respawn, but they're smoking all the way around on Heroic.
How's the buyback status?
Okay, they definitely know that Heroic is... Yeah, they're clearing the area, so they're on each other's side. Roche has respawned. Buyback. Yuma has it. KJ has it. Whisper and Matthew very close. Analog 400 gold. Most of the Dire side has it.
So they're gonna force TeamCompromiso to go back.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah, they're
attack.
gonna otherwise lose their base if they don't. And Underlord is very good at defending, except against Serpent Wards. He doesn't really do much against those.
Has fallen.
And the range racks are just gonna straight up die. While top lane, there's also a bit of a push coming out
Dire's top tower is under
from Team Compromiso. I mean, Janik
Ranger
just
is gonna
pop focus
try.
fire.
Radiant's
Yeah.
Yeah,
turret has
pop
been
focus fire, go for tier 3 tower.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's
You
top
can easily
tower
defend
is
the
under
base with just the Underlord. He's got Fiend's Gate available. He's almost level 25, which Fiend Gate deals 100 DPS and 700 radius. Or the Pit of Malice route. Probably Pit of Malice route, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The other one is... I mean, it's more than Radiance. It's almost double Radiance's damage. And the plus side is they can't blink at that stage, because obviously you get the root on them from the gateway, but then they also can't blink out, which is kind of cool. Because they get the burn damage.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
They're gonna try to find Adrian.
He's trying to run away, but there's the black hole catch coming up, and the Underlord. He was very tanky, you'd think. Shackle shot on Whisper, but the only one here is Janik.
But are you going to force his buyback or what? Because by the time he respawns, your black hole is gonna still be on cooldown.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, they have the refresher at least, but the Metamorphosis is also used, and that's a very big one. Blowing Thunder being thrown out. They're looking for a target. They're going to get the jump in. Refresher gets used by Whisper. He's trying to run in. Actually, the gateway is being obnoxious. Whisper's second BKB has ended. Does have a black hole at the ready. Can he find a good target, which might be Adrian? He had the Sunder from you, man. Adrian, one more hit. Is it going to be enough? He's gonna get taken down. 2 kills secured on the side. Wonder Kid onto KJ. Swashbuckle finds the kill, but Whisper still has a black hole. Just walking up the high ground, looking for a target. Dad's gonna be controlled up. Whisper's not even gonna need to use it, as that is a die back on the Sven as well. Looks like we are pretty much set and done here in the game. He hasn't used a single second black hole, I think.
I'm really confused. How they were able to kite this van that hard without Enigma and TB.
Yuma with the refresher pops this meta. Everything to try and go in, but there is still a black hole.
It's game. Nothing they can do.
Radiant's middle tower
Really,
is
nothing
falling.
they can do.
Yeah, they can just stare. Rolling Thunder is up in 10.
How is it
Sven-
possible? Like, Enigma was stuck for the whole fight.
Going in onto Yuma, but Wind Ranger does nothing to the Terrorblade. No damage taken there. GG gets called, of course, in the very end, and it is Heroic that take the series 2-0.
Something
With-
really weird happened.